In this video, we're talking about 3 keys for creating a breakthrough. What's up, team? It's Sherman here from Geek Psychology. Before we talk about how to get a breakthrough, the 3 keys for that, we need to understand what a breakthrough is. The metaphor of a breakthrough is very different from other metaphors for problem solving, like a wall, an obstacle, a monster in the way, or growth. Growing like a business is a very different metaphor than breaking through a wall or breaking through whatever the obstacle is. So before you even start to consider how you want to have this breakthrough, you need to think, is breakthrough the correct metaphor for it? If it's not, you can change it. You can shape how you view your problems, right? And if you do that, you're going to get a different approach. You're going to have different elements that you work with. So keep that in mind as we're going through this, but in this video, we're talking about a breakthrough. This came from Tony Robbins. He laid out 3 quick strategies, I suppose, and I took those and I'm going to run with it and explain it while fusing it with some RPG and cognitive function elements, all right? Step number 1, the first key. See, that's another weird thing, right? A key for creating a breakthrough. How does that work? Because you don't need to break through the wall if you have a key to open the door. So are you really going to break through it? Maybe not. 3 keys for opening the door and going through your problems. Okay, so that's another way of looking at it. Whatever, we'll stick with the original metaphor. Number 1, strategy. Number 2, story. And number 3, state. So within strategy, this is your skill set. This is your wheelhouse. These are your normal approaches to solving problems, and also other approaches that you need to bring in that you probably don't consider as much. The different personality types have different approaches to going through problems, right? These are problem-solving strategies, essentially. Ways of perceiving, learning about different problems, and ways of focusing our mental energy on dealing with those problems and making things better in some way. So starting out, extroverted perceiving, so these are the P types in the Myers-Briggs. Whatever, if it ends with a P, you are using one of these functions, extroverted sensing or extroverted intuition. I consider them to be a gladiator or an artificer, kind of scouts, frontline, vanguards. They're going out there, they're kind of throwing themselves into situations to interact with and to explore what is going on. Extroverted sensing is going to be, right, it's going to be this gladiator style. So it's more about getting hands-on, tangible experience and enjoying that experience, flowing with that experience, interacting with it to understand what a thing is in its reality. This table is a table because I can touch it, I can feel it, I could smell it or taste it too. Extroverted intuition, that artificer style, is going to be combining different ideas as they emerge. Both of these are real time, pretty much. Real time or slightly into the future. So combining different ideas as they emerge to play with it, to shake it up a little bit, to bring a little bit of chaos or change into the situation, to learn about how those things interact. That is one strategy for creating a breakthrough, for solving your problem. It's to get quick interaction. J types will use introverted perceiving as their learning process, their perceiving process. This is introverted sensing or introverted intuition. Introverted sensing I consider to be a guardian, and introverted intuition I consider to be a ranger. So these are very different than that vanguard style. These are the bulwarks, the protectors. They're more about understanding and tracking the different elements in order to preemptively protect against dangers. The guardian, introverted sensing, is going to go back into the past and try to stabilize that with information from their own personal experiences from authority, checking in with the walkthroughs that other people have made to solve this problem. Introverted intuition, the ranger is going to look kind of timelessly, look into the past a little bit and way out into the future and change perspectives, climb up a tree, get a different viewpoint to see where things could be going and what do I need to pay attention to that most other people are not paying attention to, shifting the focus of things. Extroverted judgers, anybody with J at the end of their MBTI code, is going to use extroverted thinking or extroverted feeling. These are you might not like this word, but these are the controller types, the managers. They want to get the resources on board, whether it's logical resources, time, measurements, things like that, money, numbers, or if it could be people, values, beliefs. It's controlling those in order to get some faster approach to take immediate action and check, is that giving good feedback? Is that working? If it's not, we need to recalibrate. We need to bring in another resource. We need to motivate this person or boost morale in some way. And so you have the extroverted thinkers as the commanders. And you have extroverted feelers as the healers, the clerics. So they're both more outgoing than this next type, the introverted judgers. So anybody that has a P at the end of their MBTI code is also going to be using introverted judging. This introverted decision-making process. So it's taking that approach of wanting to control things, wanting to manage things, but it's doing it inwardly. So it's managing and controlling the ideas, the information, or the feelings, values, beliefs, those kind of things. So it's more about refining and perfecting the approach. So introverted judges, you have introverted thinking as the wizard, the technician, and you have introverted feeling as this druid style. So those are very different than those quick, getting faster feedback, getting some actionable feedback and, responding to that. Those are the strategy styles. You are going to prefer two of those. Prefer, it might not be intentionally preferring, it might not be necessarily a conscious thing, but you're going to use those more often. You have them as higher level skills, higher level characters within your questing party. So next we have story. Story really is not that complicated, but we make it more complicated. So you need to know who you are. You need to know the different characters, different voices within you, your experiences, how you view the world. Maybe it's more difficult than, for some people than it is for others. And you need to know where you are. What is the situation around you right now? What are you doing daily to create this breakthrough, to open the doors? Also, where are you going? What is the direction you want to go? If you think of it like a mini map, you have you located in the center. You need to know where you are. And then you need to know, well, this is where I want to go. And you can have that little dotted line that follows it out there, right? And then you also need to know what's in the way. And this is where those metaphors come in of like the wall, the obstacle, the monster, even like a mountain or whatever it is. And your vehicle, do you have a vehicle to get there? Are you walking there? Are you cruising there? Are you going fast? Are you going slow? Are you standing there trying to grow and not actually moving towards your goal? How does your metaphor work within that? It's something that we should all think about a bit more. Take notes, write it down, draw pictures, see where it comes about, and use those, incorporate those idioms and metaphors and analogies into your strategy. And the last part, not going to talk too much about this, but it's state. Your state of body, your spirit, your head, your heart. You could consider those to be also the cognitive functions, or just the functions in some way. Like body is sensing, the spirit is intuiting, it's ideas, imagination, things like that. things that you can't actually touch, intangible, ethereal things. It could be like spirit. It's that underlying current that runs through the world that's connecting all the things. The head, are you logically equipped to do this? I'm not saying IQ, I'm saying, do you have the actual logical skills? Have you trained in certain things? Do you have the knowledge to do this? If you don't, maybe that's something you need to bring in. That's something that's something you probably need to study if you're trying to become an astrophysicist. And you haven't studied that, well, that's going to be a problem. Also, logically, the resources, the time, the money, the scheduling, are you setting those things up? That is something that you need to work on within your state. You need to be prepared for it. And the last one, your heart, the feelings. Do you have the right people on board? Are you on board? Are all of the different characters and voices and heroes all going in the same direction? Because if they're not, if this one over here is going the opposite direction, it's pulling you back. It's siphoning some of your power, some of your energy. So that's the end of this video. I know it was a lot of information compacted into these 3 keys to creating a breakthrough. But that's it. Those are my ideas, all right? So I hope it helped. If it did, please share it with somebody else or comment down below. Let me know what was good about it, what could have used some more magic dust, and keep up the lifelong questing. Good luck, have fun. Peace. I am sweating so bad in here. Oh my God. Ugh. I can't even press off because my finger's so wet.